All right, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever wondered how can you profit when the market, let's say, is crash or the market have a huge pullback? How can you profit in the stock market when that happens? Because for me, after I witnessed several occasions it happened in the past, like the COVID-19 and the stock market is pulled back a couple of times, and I start thinking like, how can I create a formula that I can benefit myself when the next crash or when the next pullback, I still able to benefit and able to profit. Let me show you my 3 best way to profit even when the market is crashed. So the first thing I want to talk about today is buy and hold 3 to 5 years into 1 to 3 disrupted 10x company. Why I'm saying that? I'm talking about buy and hold 3 to 5 years into 10x disrupted company. And what I'm talking about disrupted company is this. The company like Palantir, right? Today I'm not going to talk about like what Palantirs do. Palantir, IPOE, NEO, or even a company like Rolls-Royce, HIMS, HIM, ACTC, and Tesla. If the market is crashed, so let's say if you jump in the market like 1 year ago, several months ago, even the market is crashed, even the market is pulled back, you have no worry because great company like Tesla, like NEO, like IPOE, or even like Palantir, or even like Rolls-Royce, it will survive during the crash and it will survive during the tough time as long as you hold 3 to 5 years into those companies. So sometimes you don't have to time in the market, but you want to invest in long-term, hold those companies, and be patient as much as possible. So that's the first strategy. And that strategy, guy, is always win. Whether it's crash, whether it's depression, or whatever it is, that strategy is going to work. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I invest my money into great company or great crypto like Dogecoin, for example. Now it's lead me to point number 2, guy. You know, after I lose a lot of opportunity, I was like, man, now there's a huge pullback in the stock market. And I was like, man, I wish I have more fund that is reserved. So they like last week or they like, you know, several months ago, when all of the stock is pulled back like 80 to 90%, I have some cash reserve, right, in the stock market so I can pile in more to buy at the great discount price or the great discount sale. So let's say, for example, this is the strategy that I developed, is in my portfolio, I will reserve 10 to 15%. This is what I call emergency fund. So let's say if you have a portfolio of $100,000. So instead of you invest all that $100,000 in the stock market or the long term, you want to reserve, let's say 10 to 15,000. This is called emergency fund. And you don't touch into this fund. You don't like invest into this fund. You wait for a great opportunity when the day like last week, for example, all of the stock is dropped, right? It's a no-brainer. So the strategy of this is you have to wait until the opportunity when the stock is pulled back 80 to 90% and you feel like, man, this is a no-brainer. I know this is the day is huge pullback, and you take this money, guy. You take the 10 to 15%, the $10,000 to $15,000, and you take that cash in your Robinhood account, and you buy in the dip of those company. So let's say your top 1 to 3 favorite company is, let's say, is Palantir, IPOE, NEO. Buy into the dip and hold it for the next few years. So basically, you buy the stock at a discount price. But if you don't have the money, you don't have the emergency fund, you screw, you stuck, right? So that is the opportunity. That's key number 2. All right, guys, it's lead you guys to key number 3. The key number 3 is invest into cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, it could be like Dogecoin. whatever cryptocurrency that you love, you believe in, let's say Bitcoin, whatever it is. But for me, I invest into cryptocurrency, which is Dogecoin. Why? This is what happened. According to what I believe, this is my personal opinion. When the stock market have a huge pullback, or even when the market is crashed, even when the market go to the Great Depression, I really think that right now the government, they print so much money and they even print more stimulus check, $1.9 trillion. And if the government own more debt and it's caused more inflation, and if the economy is collapsed and people don't have faith in money, basically they're going to put their money into a different area. Like, for example, they may consider buy cryptocurrency to diversify their assets into cryptocurrency so they can feel safe, right? And so that's what I predict is if I put my money into cryptocurrency when the market is crashed, for example, then guess what happened? The cryptocurrency is going to go up. The money will have more, the digital money will have more value. And guess what happened? That means I still profit during the crash. I still profit during the Great Depression, for example. And when that happened, in my portfolio of my cryptocurrency, I have the fund. If I really want, I can take like 10 to 15% of that cryptocurrency and power back into my long-term company. If it dropped 30 to 50%, for example, I can do that as well, right? So that is my third strategy, guys. Now, let me give you my bonus strategy. This is the bonus strategy. Build up cash reserve. Build up your cash flow and wait right after the big crash and go into scoop great company, okay? See, this is what I do. I say one of the most important things that you can survive during the crash, you can survive during the huge pullback, is you always have to have a cash flow, guy. I always tell people, like, don't bet in the stock market with all of the money that you have. Like, don't invest with everything that you have. Don't gamble, right? Only play with the money that you can afford to lose. So this is what happened. Like, for me, one of my cash flow is my business, right? I always have cash coming in for my business every single month. So imagine if my portfolio right now, I invest into long-term company already, right? And let's say to the worst case scenario, if the market have a huge pullback, I have 10 to 15% emergency fund to buy more into those company at the dip, like Palantir, IPOE, Neo, whatever it is, right? Then, now I have my cash flow that I make every single month, and I reserve that cash flow inside my bank, right? And when the stock market is crashed or it has a huge pullback, I take that cash flow that I have from the bank and I pound more in to buy the stock for my long-term company at a great price. And by doing that, basically, this is my bulletproof formula. So for example, when you have a cash flow reserve, you can buy more Palantir, you can buy more IPOE, you can buy more Neo, you can even buy more Rolls-Royce at a great price. So those are the three strategies, and plus the bonus strategy that I use for myself, and I hope that is really helpful to you. Like I say, buy and hold great company, okay, for 3 to 5 years, because those great companies, they will perform and they will thrive and survive during the tough time. And reserve 10 to 15% of your emergency fund. Wait for the right moment to power in when there's no brand opportunity. And the third thing is invest into cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency will survive during the crash time, during the Great Depression. And the last thing, guys, cash flow is the king. When you have the cash flow from your bank, anything happen, you have more money to inject in. You don't want to wait for a situation where you have no cash to invest when, like, shit, you know, this thing is, you think this thing is like a no-brand opportunity, but you have no cash to invest, then you screw. All right, guys, hopefully that is really helpful, and always invest like a genius.